Good evening, students. So today we'll see the wireframing. Okay, let's see how this actually works. So before we jump into wireframe, we will usually do the entire design process, like the research, in order to understand more about the users, and then we go to the wireframing stage. So today focus, like the project focus will be coffee ordering app homepage. Only on the homepage we are going to focus, and you people have to work on that. So for that, we'll see how we can proceed with the wireframe. Before that, how can we list down the information? What are the information that needs to be present in the wireframe? We need to identify that, right? So how can we do that, and how are we going to position the layout, kinds of thing? Okay. So the empathy first approach, uh, this is going to involve the empathy driven wireframing instead of traditional wireframing. So when it comes to traditional wireframing, usually what people will do, they'll just maybe in some companies, even what they do is they complete the entire thing, the UI is ready, but they are just drawing some boxes and buttons in order to show it to the client in get approval, or show it if someone asks. Only for that purpose they are doing the wireframe, but that is not the actual thing that we need to follow. We need to follow the entire design process, so that we get the product that will actually satisfy the users. So how can we do the wireframe is by putting yourself in the shoes of the users, thinking what they'll actually need. So let's understand our users first. Once you understand what are the user needs, then we can create the layouts that will actually serve their real needs, that will actually meet the requirements which the users are expecting, that will actually solve the real problem of the real users. Okay, so here the goal is to translate the user needs into concrete layouts. So we are going to convert the needs from the users into the wireframe that is going to come in the screen. Okay, so in this class we'll just see the structure of how we are going to do the wireframe. Okay, so first we'll be in the empathize phase, that how we'll be doing the user persona, understanding the user. So entire the user profile will be created based on what are their preferences, what are they currently doing, what are the frustrations, the pain points, uh, things like that. After that comes the user journey mapping. So how the user would feel when they are going through the app, or the process. Okay, and after we understand the user better, we'll move to the wireframe, wherein we'll translate the user needs that we collected from the empathizing phase to the screen. It could be just rough sketch, maybe paper pen, or you could do digitally using Figma, or even Excel draw is one website where you can do the wireframe. Okay, and then you are going to demonstrate that, like you are going to explain why have you designed in this way. You're going to give the justifications, and we'll also be practicing the first draft, and then the user flow testing, like you'll be reviewing with the group and then refining it again. In the end we'll have the group discussion, and we'll see some of the examples. Okay, so we know the problem, like what are we going to design today. It's going to be the coffee shop landing page. So before we draw a single box, let's understand who will use this coffee app and why. Okay, so we are going to design for that app. So before we begin the design, we need to understand who is going to use the app. That is the persona, the target audience. We'll just figure out who are they, and then why have we designed in such a way. Okay, so we can create 2 to 3 personas, and you'll have to figure out who is that person. The target audience. You can maybe add the age, what they are currently doing, and how tech savvy are they, if it's required. Okay, think upon those lines. And when and where, at what situation will they be using this app? What is the primary goal for them to use this app? Are they aiming to order a coffee quickly, or do they just want to browse and then order coffee later, or they want to save favorites and then later they can add to cart and purchase it? So what is their primary goal? You need to think about that. And what could be their emotional state? Are they hurriedly making that purchase happen, or are they relaxed and then making that purchase happen? At what kind of scenario are they making that purchase happen? One example could be 28 is the age of that person, and she or he is a marketing manager, needs same drink daily before 8 a.m. meetings. So we are explaining about the age, who is that person, and are they using the app every day or not, and for what purpose are they using. Okay, it's going to be a quick order, because uh, without any thoughts, Rachel is ordering her drink every day. So she's not going to browse a lot and then select for a peculiar coffee and then order it, right? So this is going to be a quick order, and uh, she hurriedly usually makes the purchase because she'll have 8 a.m. meeting, so she'll run out of time. Okay, this is how we are going to frame the example. From the example, we'll see the other ones, like the same Rachel. So who, she's 28 years old, working as a marketing manager, and she is tech savvy, high tech comfort. And when and where, 7:30 a.m. she wants to order that. She'll be walking to office, and then she'll reorder usual drink quickly. So what can we add as a feature when it comes to wireframe? We'll have that frequently purchased section. Okay, so that's how we'll actually do. And the emotional state, she's hurried, as I said, and then she's focused on efficiency. So she is a really productive person, she is a workaholic. So that is the kind of persona we have taken as the first persona. Okay, and the second one, casual Chris. So he is a 35-year teacher. He has medium level of comfortness when it comes to tech, and he'll usually have coffee in the weekend mornings at home. Okay, so he'll try to browse and try new seasonal drinks. So this person drinks frequently the same coffee, so she wants a quick order, and this person tries seasonal and occasional drinks. Okay, and his state is relaxed and explorative, so he likes to browse a lot and then find out which one would be different, unique. So what he could do, he could read the reviews and then find out which would be the best coffee to drink in the weekend morning. Okay, he is kind of an explorative person. And then the third persona, tech savvy Taylor. So what she does, she is a 22-year-old college student and she is very high tech comfort. So since she is just 22-year-old of maybe Gen Z, so she usually uses a mobile, and we can say that she is highly tech savvy. So she could drink coffee between classes on campus as well. So she could just order whenever she wishes. And she also likes to customize drinks and then earn rewards. So her emotional status, social and budget conscious. Maybe she is just a college student and she is not earning, so that in case she could be budget conscious. So since she is budget conscious, she'll usually look for rewards, coupons, discounts, or maybe buy one get one offers. And she also likes to customize drinks, like adding uh, maybe toppings to it, or by adding whipping cream over it, or removing that and then choosing almond milk instead of regular milk. So this could be her goal. So here she wants to modify the drink according to her need. So you understand that, right? You can just visualize how the product detail page would be, and then maybe you could have seen other apps recently, like even in Swiggy, if you are trying to order something from Subway or even Domino's Pizza, there could be this kind of customization options. So treat them as competitors. uh, you could just work on the persona, but yeah, I think I've covered them the most. But just to give an idea, if you want, you can work. Let's move to the user journey. So that from that, even from that, you'll be able to get the user needs, right? So if you want, you can do this. Else we'll move to the next phase. Even we'll get time in that. So during that time, if you want, you can just work on the persona or take the same from this. Okay. So user journey mapping. This is an example of the user journey mapping. So what the users need to accomplish from opening the app to successfully order the coffee. So how that entire journey will be. You have to work on that. So what are the phases they'll be going through? Journey map is the visualization of the process that a person goes through in order to achieve a goal, like they want to order the coffee. In that, you could add the specific user from the previous slide, like the persona. Instead of making that persona separately, you can even add the scenario over here, the user name, the scenario, and the goals that could be added in the top. And then what are the phases which the user will be going on, that could be added here as the title for each phase. Okay, and then the pointers. And after that, how is their emotional state throughout that process. Okay, so finally you can add the opportunities and internal ownership. Like most of the journey maps will be following a similar format like this, like add to the top the specific user scenario and corresponding expectations or goals. Okay, and then the high level phases that would comprise the user actions, thoughts and emotions. And then finally the takeaways like the opportunities, insights and internal ownership. So the customer journey map and user journey map, it could be used interchangeably. Okay, both are going to be the same. So can you work on this user journey mapping for coffee ordering app? Guys, can you respond? Hello. Okay, so please start working on this. Okay, whatever you have done, let it be. You can continue after the class and then show me in next class as well. Let me present. After doing the user journey mapping, what you have to do is that you'll need to translate those user needs to interface. You have got all the needs that are required by the users. Once you get the needs of the users and then understand their requirements, you can translate them to the interface that you are actually creating. Sorry. So here the problem statement was for diverse user needs. One is for busy professional, one is for relaxed drinker, and other for custom, the custom loving or the customized kind of thing, like personalized drinks. So there are different kinds of user needs. For this, how can we translate the mixed persona into an effective homepage interface? For that, we need to bridge the user behavior with the UI components. Now, let's take this is one example which I took, that is only for one persona, which is if the persona is a marketing manager, the example that we saw. Alex is usually in a hurry and reorders the same drink. What should be prominent on the home page? That is the key question that we need to ask in our minds by ourselves. Okay. So if in case this is the question, then the home page checklist would be, because he is in hurry, then he is also reordering the same drink. So what kind of functionality do we need to add? That is quick reorder function. Okay, so ability to repurchase the same drink again. So similarly, if you have seen earlier in Zomato or Swiggy, they would have placed frequently ordered in the top. Why have they placed that? Because the user need not spend more time browsing what drink they need to add. Okay, so that is the purpose why they have added it in the top. And then again, they are showing popular items either by filter, or they are just having a label over it. Bestseller, you could have noticed that while using Swiggy or Zomato. In that, if you choose a particular restaurant, first you will have your orders and collections. Within that, you will be having the uh, item, the food item name, and then you'll have the price and how frequently you have ordered. Like maybe the last time you ordered was 1 month ago, then it would have written like you ordered 1 month ago, and along with the CTA to add, so that this will be easy for the users when it comes to frequently ordering. And also in the filters itself, we can have highly ordered, chip being placed. Okay, uh, if you want I can show that to you. Let me just share that screenshot in your in the WhatsApp group itself. You can see that. Okay, so I've just shared it. In that you can see, right, in the filters you are having the choice to select between what is important. There is a quick reorder function in the filters as well as in the your orders and collections. So why is this important? For this kind of persona who is reordering the same drink again in a hurry. And also we are showcasing the popular items that could be in the same layout, like what Zomato is doing, or we can even try exploring other layouts by checking out the competitors and store location and hours. Zomato is one company where all the restaurants are listed, but if we are doing specifically for one restaurant, then how this app would be? We need to think upon that. What would be the where would be the store located, and what is the uh, start and end time when the store will be closing? We need to show that, because he wants to know that, this kind of person wants to know that. And also he needs to have a search functionality. He can search the drink. If he wants to add another drink to a regular routine, then he can search for a specific drink. And account access, so he needs to access his account, like add a card to it, save the address to it. So he needs the account access, obviously. And then the rewards, loyalty program, visibility, like the gamification features if it's required. Okay, this is for only one persona. In the same way you are going to do for the mixed persona. The mixed persona, uh, who for these three personas. So first I'll demonstrate it. I'm not sure how far you have done because you guys are not showing the progress also. We'll see that in the next class, but now let me just give you an idea of how this will actually work. The persona is busy professional. Okay, busy, like the marketing manager with example we saw. So for this persona, what would be the user needs? Quick reorder was one thing. So you understand, right, why are we adding this quick order? Because as a busy professional, they can't keep browsing when they are having a 8 a.m. meeting every day. So they just want to reorder the same thing again and again, because they might not be in home, or they might be staying away from home, and they are frequently having food outside, and they require only minimal browsing, and they also want to save the time. So these are the needs of this kind of persona. And then what do we have for translating it to the interface? What are the functionalities are we going to introduce? One is quick order, based on the quick reorder the user need. And then we'll have minimal browsing. For minimal browsing, what can we do? How can we reduce the time they are spending in the app? By showing frequently ordered or recently ordered. Okay, and then we need to consider minimal clicks, so there should not be too many clicks in order to order coffee. We need to reduce the steps for them, else the customer might be irritated and then they would leave the app. This is for busy professional. Now we are going to do for relaxed drinker. For this, what persona we've seen? Teacher. So what would be his need? He would prefer the seasonal drink. In the weekends, okay? So he is a relaxed drinker, and what kind of interface translation we could make based on the seasonal drinks, we can highlight and showcase the seasonal picks. Calming visuals. Okay, and then recommended for you. So we can even ask them during the onboarding process itself, like if it's really required, like to understand the user needs after the app is being released. We can even do such kind of thing, but I don't think that is really necessary when it comes to a food app. Student or an explorer. So he might require customization and new experiences. So here what can we bring, like a customization? We can just instead of just adding the toppings, he can build his own drink. Build your drink. Okay? So that will be like a entire customization which he can choose. And then trending now, because he's kind of, he likes to explore, and he's just according to his age and considering the other factors, we could add these kind of features for him to explore, and he can even explore new flavors. Okay, so here the key questions that we would determine in the home page would be based on these personas needs and interface translation. So what we would require is that what is the user's context? Are they in a rush? Are they exploring or relaxing? And how often do they order? Regular basis or occasional, or they are going to be the first time buyer? And what would motivate their choice, like taste, time, price, or newness, introducing new coffees, like that. Okay, and then do they prefer to order in routine or discovery, like discovering a new coffee all at once? And how much time are they willing to spend on the home page? So these kind of questions you can even ask to the user itself in order to understand the users even better. And are they likely to reorder or customize often? What kind of actions are the users frequently taking? And what information are they actually wanting to see first? The drinks, offers, store location. So the user need would be also here. He's budget friendly, right? He prefers only affordable options. So here we could show in the offers as well, the user needs. Okay. So from these kind of questions, once we are identifying these kind of questions in order to design the home page, we will get the checklist, which means what are the things that is going to come in the home page. Okay. Now let's create the home page elements checklist. In that, we'll have the first fold and what would be coming in the each and every section. Okay, so the first we'll have the top section, wherein we'll have a personalized greeting. Maybe like a good morning and name of the persona. Good morning, Alex. Okay. And then what we could show in the home page, so we could show some smart suggestions based on order time or time of the day. Okay. And then we'll have quick access sections. Okay, so in this we can have reorder button or your usual button. Okay, reorder for busy professional, and then for each and every person we are going to make this section accessible. So there could be your usual or reorder button, and then we'll have the seasonal picks. Okay, for relaxed drinker, seasonal specials or featured drinks. So this will also be displayed in the home page itself. And then we'll have the custom drink builder, that is for the explorers who are coming to the app for the first time and they want to explore new flavors or build their own drink. Okay, and then we'll have the exploration for the student as well as for the relaxed drinker. Since majority of the persona would like to explore, we are trying to bring in this kind of functionality, wherein we'll have the discovery or exploration section. Within that, we'll have the trending drinks. Okay, and then we'll have what's new carousel, because even for seasonal picks they would like to see what is coming in new, and even for explorer they would like to see the new flavors that has come in. So there could be what's new carousel. So it's going to be the slides. Okay, sliders, if you can see in the references like Zepto, Blinkit. So these kind of apps use such carousels. And then if we are trying to add in some more things that would be relevant to the explorers or the Gen Zs, then we could introduce mood based filter, like filter chips. Okay, it could be something like chill, what is their mood. Okay, based on that we'll be suggesting the drinks, so they can just pick one mood and then they can get a personalized kind of. Okay, And after that we'll have the navigation. In the navigation, what we'll be having, we'll have obviously the search. So this is not going to be exactly the same what we are going to design, but for the rough draft we can just have an idea. For that we are just noting down what are the elements that we will be adding in the home page. After that we'll do the first draft, and if suggestion comes or feedback comes from the fellow designers, users or the clients, then we can incorporate that and make the second draft. Okay, so here we'll be including the search bar, and then we'll have the filter by category. Like there could be different kinds of coffee: hot, cold, vegan, and custom. Yeah. And then since this is going to be a delivery app, we could have the location and time ETA for pickup for delivery. So since for a particular coffee shop only, we can even go and pick up, like what Tender Cuts does. We can just go and pick up in the store, or we can select for delivery. So even the time we will have to select the slot. If you have used Tender Cuts, you would know. Or even if you are going to book something in Urban Club, during that time also we'll have a screen where we need to select the time slot. Only in the available time slot we'll be able to get it delivered, kind of thing. Okay, and then visuals. So it's good to think about visuals during this stage, but not to the extent of the colors typography and things like that, but just think upon where we will be placing the product images, and then the ratings, like what kind of tags are we going to add in. Is it going to be the best sellers, or what are the other tags we are going to include? Think in terms of UX only, the experience of the users only. Like it could have the product images with ratings and tags like best sellers. Why? Because they would like to explore the popular. You need to think and try to bring in one point which would be helpful for the user. Whatever checklist you are preparing, that should be addressing the need of the user. Okay, think in that stance. And new, if you could introduce any more visual name tag also, you can introduce, but it should solve the user problem that we have identified over here. And then what are we having? So in the visuals itself, it should be the app should be like calm yet lively design. And what are the other things that we need to consider when it comes to the design? We should have a kind of award offers. Yes, the coupons, offers and rewards. And then we could it is good to have that functionality like continue where you left off, because sometimes as busy professionals, they could just quit the app and then switch to other app. So during that time, if they come back to the app, then it should show where the user has actually left. If they have in a particular page where they've added to cart, and then they go back to other app, switch to other app, and then come back to your app, during that time also the item which is added to cart should be showing them. Okay, else they might abandon the app. And then the accessibility toggles. Toggle, there could be the layout or the toggle switches if it's necessary. You can even consider the layout which can be fixed, but not too extensive. Don't go too detailed in the wireframe itself. Just consider these factors. Try to design the wireframes as well. So when you come for tomorrow's class, you should have completed this user journey mapping along with the wireframe. Maybe based on the elements that we have discussed now, or if you think you need to include in some more details, both in the needs, persona interface translation, as well as in the elements checklist. If you have any other suggestions, you can include. Please feel free to include in it. And do you have any doubts so far? Do you understand what are we discussing now? Yes or no?
Ma'am, I just have a small doubt. We don't have to like go within the format, no, like we can do it even on our own, no, like the user journey map.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
The goal is to only identify the user needs in order to translate those needs into wireframe. So there is no particular format that you need to follow. I'm just giving an idea that if you are trying to distinguish like this, then it will be easy when it comes to creating a checklist and then moving forward with the wireframe. So you know what are the things that is going to be included in the wireframe. So once you get this list, it will be easy to just work on the variations and then compare and see, uh, creating your first draft. So that's why we are trying to bring in this kind of format, but it's okay if you are exploring other formats as well. Anything else? Okay then, thank you. By tomorrow's class, we'll see both of these activities. You should have you should be able to present both of the activity. One is the user journey, and the other one is the wireframe. Based on that, you need to justify each and everything, like why you have kept in this way. Okay, so be prepared for that. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.